Why have apologies been a huge thing these past few weeks? Hi everybody! Welcome to another video. Kamusta naman lahat tayo sa enhanced community quarantine? I know these are not easy times for everyone. Hindi lahat nakakapag-work. There are some who don't know kung saan huhugot ng ipapakain sa family nila. Some have been displaced and have no place to stay. Some have even lost job opportunities. It's understandably a very critical and confusing time, and I know that a lot of politicians and government officials are put on the spot because of what they do, what they say, and how they're handling the situation that we're currently in. On social media, kung inaantabayanan nyo ang news, bukod sa malungkot at disappointing yung mga nakikita natin na balita, may mga good news pa din naman, pero hindi din natin matideny na meron pa din mga pumapalya sa mga ginagawa nila at nahuhuli. This video was inspired by my friend Ida's post. Sabi niya, siguro dapat may subject na din sa elementary or high school na how to apologize. Apparently, maraming hindi marunong talaga. Why have apologies been a huge thing these past few weeks? As humans, we're prone to make errors, but that doesn't mean we should always default to it or make it as an excuse every time nagkakamali tayo. Yes, we make mistakes. I also make mistakes and I still have a long way to go in life. Pero we've also been given our common sense, so we can think things through before we say or even do some things. A few weeks ago, ang nagtrending sa balita ay si Arambulo and yung Brianna Rubia and other celebrities because of their insensitive posts and rants given the situation that we're in right now. Of course, there was backlash. This led to Arambulo apologizing on social media via a video message and a note, but people were still not buying the apology. Si Brianna Rubia was also bashed because of her videos, and from what I've researched, she's apologized naman, but then she had to deactivate her social media accounts because of the heat and the threats she was just getting from a lot of people. And then of course, there's Vanessa Hudgens, who was really careless with her rambling about people dying, and then she realized she made a mistake and she also apologized. But people were also not buying her apology. How do you make a proper apology? Does it have to be on video? Is a note or a letter enough? Do you have to suffer in order for people to forgive you for your mishap? In the case of our first three examples, whether video man yan or it's a written apology, it is very essential that you acknowledge where you went wrong. Don't dodge it.
Hey everyone, I realized that I really made a stupid mistake. I went over my video or my post again and I began to understand where you are coming from and why you got offended with what I said.
Next, express what the mistake taught you.
As I reflected further, I realized how my views are very limited and it was my mistake to express it without thoroughly thinking about it.
Now, if there's a need for you to be vulnerable, you just have to let it be.
When I posted the video, I really was at the height of my emotions and naiinis ako dahil nga in my limited view, iniisip ko na the people I was watching on TV didn't want to follow the quarantine. And so, sa inis ko, I posted and ranted, but what came out of my mouth was not proper. Hindi tama na I called them mother. It wasn't correct for me to say, shut up and wash your hands, in a tone that wasn't kind. I realized that I came off as very arrogant and obnoxious. Now, you may not forgive me for what has been done, but please know that I have realized the stupidity of my actions and I am sorry for them. Moving forward, I will do my best to think before I speak, think before I post, and be mindful of the implications of what I say towards others. Thank you for understanding.
Tapos, something like that. Next issue, public officials found to not be following the quarantine rules. Dito talaga nag-init ang mga tao this week sa social media. For this situation, wala ka talagang lusot. You're a public official, you know the rules, and you're expected to follow it, but when you knowingly breach it, denying what you did or trying to downplay it is not going to help your case. Hindi mo na mababawi yung galit ng tao sa'yo. Now, if you come off being arrogant, if you try to downplay it or deny it, and then you speak from an entitled position, that's really not gonna help your case. In situations like this also, don't even attempt to lie or twist facts. May balita nga, diba, that balak daw ilabas yung CCTV footage. So, paano yun pag na-release? Now, if you twist facts instead of admitting you're wrong, that will do more damage to you. How do you apologize pagka ganito? You know, similar to the elements that I shared earlier, you have to acknowledge where you went wrong. Wag mo na siyang unahan ng pagiging defensive. Madalas kasi ang nangyayari, deny, tapos niyan defensive excuses. If the facts have been presented to the the public, take it point by point. Sabi dun sa memo, di ba? Senator whose result for COVID-19 testing turned out to be positive brought his wife to the hospital for delivery via cesarean section. So, pasok mo yung points mo dun. Ano nga ba talaga?
Yes, I'm positive for COVID-19, took the test on this date, I took the test because...
Ayun, you take it detail by detail. And as you go through the details that are out in the open, there is no point in lying, especially if you've already been caught. Kasi the way I see it play out in the news is, the movements have already been tracked. May timeline na nga eh. Now, the apology would have also been his chance to either confirm or correct some details. So after the whole admission and taking it point by point, you acknowledge how careless, unmindful, or foolish your actions were.
Yes, alam ko po yung protocol. I did experience some symptoms, maybe not as grave as what others experience. So in my folly, I thought it was not necessary for me to stick to the quarantine, which I admit was wrong. Maling-mali po ako doon. I know my apologies will never be able to take back how I have exposed people, especially our medical frontliners and other vulnerable persons, to the COVID-19 virus because of what I did. Please accept my profuse apologies. I will do what I can to the best of my ability to help ease the burden the hospital is currently facing, be it in cash or in kind.
Nako, wish ko lang, no? Talagang nag-promise ako in his behalf. Para sa mga situation na ganito, if you're able naman to extend some help, I think that will also help convey or communicate that you really are sincere with your apology and you really did realize na, shucks, pumalya talaga ako, mali talaga yung ginawa ko. Siyempre sa issue na to, usap-usapan din yung balak siyang kasuhan. At this point, the way I see it, he really can't control the decision of the hospital or some citizens if they want to file a case against him. Alam niyo, these are just suggestions. This is just how in my head an apology should be crafted given the case. Basta ang importante, you acknowledge what you did wrong, you acknowledge how it made other people feel, you take the accusation or the mistake that has been highlighted point by point, you express the lessons that you learned from the ordeal, what did you realize about your actions after further reflection, and then you express how sincerely sorry you are and how you're willing to make amends. Now, this may seem like a formula, but it's not going to work if you are prideful and self-righteous. Yung hindi mo ma-admit sa sarili mo talaga na nagkamali ka. When you were apologizing, humility is essential. This is not going to work as well if all you care about is self-preservation. You'll attempt to cover yung kapalpakan mo kahit out in the open na siya, and because of that, you will come off as insincere. I hope that you learned something from today's video. This kind of communication things are part of the training and what I do for work. I think if you're a public figure, a celebrity, or a social media influencer, it's very important that you know how to communicate effectively, sincerely, and properly. It doesn't come naturally for some people, which is why if you want to improve as a person, you have to be teachable. If you know that you're facing challenges communication-wise, then take up communication and public speaking classes. If you know that you can lead better, then go for leadership and management programs that can help refine you and your skills. I'll see you in the next video. Be safe, magkapit-bisig tayo virtually as we stay at home. Remember to be teachable, keep learning, and always be humble.